Hello there, welcome to another M14 draft here. This time, in honor of fellow PMTGO writer Gianluca Icardi, I promise I will try to draft mono green, but I'm not sure that's how it's going to go. I mean, it could happen, right? I did draft mono black already in this format. Guess we shall see. Alright, well, things don't look good for a mono green deck here. However, they do look good for a mono black one. There's a Corrupt and there's a Senji Vampire. I'm definitely taking one of these two. And the good news here is we may get something awesome black back here. Either the Grim Return or the Accursed Spirit. Likely the Spirit. Hopefully the Liturgy of Blood. I don't think so. Either way, I think I could take a Corrupt. The problem here is, since every card here, every good card here is black, or pretty much, it's gonna be even tougher to stay monocolored. Ooh, I mean, I could even get this thing. Seems reasonable in a monocolored deck. But the fact that I may not be able to go monocolor makes me want to pick the Senju Vampire, I think. I think I'm gonna pick the Corrupt, because if I do go monocolored, it's a much better card. This card is really amazing. Alright, well, here we do not have much. I mean, we do have a Colonial Tusker if we want to go mono green. And I thought this guy was common, by the way, but yeah, obviously it shouldn't be common. But I think I may take a Corpse Hauler. It's certainly not the best card here. I think both the Tusker and or Giant Growth may be, Sensory Deprivation or Divination may be better than it, but the power level is pretty even, I think, except with the exception of the Tusker. But since the Tusker does not really go well with the better card that I first picked, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Corpse Hauler to, just not pass anything black. Okay, so again, I have two good black options. I think I'm gonna try to go mono black. We could take an Accursed Spirit, or we could take a Death Gaze Cockatrice. The Cockatrice is better in a defensive deck, whereas the Accursed Spirit is obviously better if you're trying to be aggressive. I think from my experience, you tend to get these guys late more than these guys, so I'm probably gonna take the flyer here. Yeah. Okay, this card is acceptable. Other than that, we have this liver. Oh, but we do have a Child of Night. I think I'm gonna take that. I would rather have a Child of Night than a Fast Renew. Other than that, we have this guy. We have Divination. But yeah, I think this is going to work fine for me. Here we have some pretty good options. And we even do have a Tidebinder Mage, which is an amazing card, but for the same reason I did not take the Colonial Tusker, I will not take it, since it has double blue in its mana cost. So it really comes down to Diabolic Tutor or Ring Flash, or even Bubbling Cauldron, because I may, get a Witch, or I may get Festering Newts. And, sacking creatures to gain 4 life is pretty reasonable sometimes. But I think I would probably rather have the removal spell this early. Since I do not have any, huge bombs or anything, although I do have a Corrupt that is pretty good, I will not take the Diabolic Tutor here. So let's go ahead and take the removal spell. Alright, see? Here we get an Accursed Spirit, which is gonna edge out everything here. I think the one card that may be better than it here is the Peachburn Endeavor, but yeah, probably not. I think the Accursed Spirit may just be the best card in the pack. So we are on to a mono black deck. The one I did draft featured 2 Corrupts, and I managed to go all the way with it. Let's hope the same happens here. Alright, some pretty good cards. Gnawing Zombie is okay as a 2-mana 1/3, but I think I would rather have a Blood Baron. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. And I say that because, there are cards like this, the 1-mana Skeleton that, whenever it hits the graveyard, you may pay to have it come back to the battlefield. And it's a pretty nasty combo with this guy. So I think that's what I'm gonna take. It's a shame though, because I kinda want one of these guys, but What are you going to do? Alright, this is obviously horrible. Uh, what else we have here that we could take? Maybe a Time Ab, Frost Breath, Ground Shaker's Liver. This thing here is slightly annoying. I'm not sure. I think Time Ab is a bit. Yeah, I think it's probably the most annoying card to play against here, so I'm gonna take it. Okay, we got back a staff and a spirit. The spirit is much better than the staff, although the staff is a reasonable card in the monocolor deck, especially if you're defensive. So I hope I managed to get one at least. Alright, there's a Griffin Sentinel Plummet. Let's take the Minotaur, which is a black card. Here we are all out of black cards, so I may just take the Act of Treason here. I hate playing against that thing. This thing, that thing, yeah, taking the fog here, but nothing there really scares me. The bad news actually is that I probably will not get a lot of awesome black cards passed to me since I did pass a Sender Vampire. But you know, I did not pass much else, I don't think. Except for the cards in pack 1. Sender Vampire, the removal spell, the 5 mana removal spell, so maybe we will get stuff here this time around. Like what, a Traumatize? Nah. Tenacious Dead? Nah, but yeah, Quark Sickness is pretty acceptable, especially if we manage to end up in mono black. Hopefully we'll get Tenacious Dead back. Awesome name, by the way. But yeah, I'm not counting on it. The one other reasonable black card here. But we do have, you know, good stuff. Air Servant is good. Giant Spider is good. Yeah, but yeah, in the end, I don't think this is a very deep pack. Someone could take Traumatized because, you know, they could get the Nut Mill deck. Yeah, let's take the Quag Sickness. Alright, so we get a Sanger Vampire. Or we get a Siphon's Liver, but Siphon's Liver is not going to be optimal here in this deck, obviously, because I'm trying to go mono black, and there are no other mono black slivers. So, Sanger Vampire it is. We could get something back here, like a Newt, a Hauler, or a Vile Rebirth. Alright, this thing is very acceptable as a flyer. This thing is scary. I do want to eventually pick a Doomblade. It's gonna have to be on the first few picks though, since you know it's uncommon now, much less common to come around. Here, I would say the best card is probably the Charging Griffin or maybe the Archaeomancer in the right deck, but Nightwing Shade is definitely okay in decks like ours, or in any deck really. I mean, it's not the best card ever or anything since it's only a 2/2, but it can kill people extremely quickly, especially if you go on top deck mode and your opponent goes too. Then your top deck is, yeah, they're gonna have a problem dealing with it. Okay, we get our third Accursed Spirit, and I'm okay because there is really nothing else too good in this pack, except maybe the Striking Sliver. So let's go ahead and take the Spirit. I do want a couple extra corpse haulers. Okay, we could take an Undead Minotaur. Man, that is one creepy art. Or we could take the Nightwing Shade. And I'm like, kinda not sure what I want to take here. I think I'm gonna take the Shade. This thing is very, you know, it's not very awesome. It's not really exciting. It's very mundane. And this thing can actually win games. I intend to get some more cheap creatures here, by the way, so this won't be too much of a thing to miss out on. Let's take the Shade. Alright, see, there's a Blood Baron. Definitely taking it over the Diabolic Tutor here. I mean, sorry Diabolic Tutor, I do like you, I do want a copy of you in my deck, but Blood Baron just seems better. Shock is the obvious best card here in this pack, though. I don't know what it is still doing here, but you know, maybe it could be okay to take the Shock, but I really do want to go mono black, especially since I'm recording this and getting to go mono black on a recorded draft This is gonna be pretty cool. So, Blood Baron, which is a good card too, by the way. Okay, Mind Rot is okay. Boggin Cauldron is okay too. If I manage to get back the Tenacious Dead, this is gonna be obviously amazing. And some newts wouldn't hurt either. So let's go ahead and take it. Some good red cards passing here, by the way. Goblin Shortcutter is okay. Alright, so here we get. This is not our first pack yet. This is the 8th pack, actually. There's a Blur's Liver, which is another good red card. There's a Vile Rebirth. I think I'm gonna take that. Could take this thing, especially with the amount of Accursed Spirits we have. Yeah, it should work, and we may get the guy that triggers off enchantments, kills creatures off enchantments, the 4 mana 2/3 black guy, uncommon, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and take the Dark Favor then. Sadly, we did not get the Newt back. I mean, did we have a Newt here in this pack? I cannot remember. No, we did have a Tenacious Dead. That's right. Could take the Shrivel, or we could take the Striking Sliver just in case. Shrivel is kinda good against us since we have Child of Night, yeah, but not really, not that awesome. Yeah, you know what? I think I am kinda afraid of Striking Sliver. Here we have a Vile Rebirth, a ridiculously late Essence Scatter, and a Pitch Burn Devil. I could take the Vile Rebirth, or I could take the Essence Scatter. I'm not sure which of the two I want to take here, because I'm probably not gonna play the Vile Rebirth anyway. But yeah, whatever. I may have some trouble filling out my deck with mono black cards only. I hope not, by the way. Yeah, I think not. I think I'll be okay, but just in case, let's take the Vile Rebirth. And here, yeah, taking the Durez is okay. Not gonna start it though. Alright, here we are obviously taking the rare, passing another Striking Sliver, but yeah. May get our hands on some Shrivels yet to deal with those livers. Alright, now I'm gonna take this liver here. I think slivers are kind of a trap. And you know, like I said in my previous video, I hate their new look, so not really keen on drafting them. I haven't drafted a sliver deck yet, but I did kill a lot of sliver decks in my way. Alright, so this is unfortunate. There's no good mono black cards here for us, sadly. There's this thing, which is, you know, okay. I think the Sarah Angel is better than that. We could take a Chandra's Outrage too, but it's pretty sad that we have to waste our first pick on a hate drafting one card. It's either the Outrage or the Sarah Angel. I'm not sure which I'm gonna take here. Probably the Sarah Angel. Although the Outrage would be okay. I'm not gonna splash for it, obviously. Yeah. No, I'm gonna take the Sarah Angel. I really don't want to face it. It's just an annoying card to play against. And yeah, man, it continues. Singing Bond is just not a very good card. And sadly, there's no white cards here either to follow up on our Sarah Angel. No good white cards. Could take it like a Shrivel, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be good enough for us. Could take an Nephalia Sea Kite. I think the red cards, I mean the black cards, just aren't coming because, you know, this is the pack where we should get them passed to us. I think people just are not opening them. Maybe someone did open like a Doomblade here and wants to splash it. I think I'm gonna take a Sea Kite. Yeah, Sea Kite is annoying, but maybe a Shrivel. Yeah, I guess Shrivel can be a good sideboard card, but I think I can get it back, so yeah, no reason to do that. Yeah, let's take the Sea Kite then. Alright, here things are a bit better in that we get to take a Death Gaze Cockatrice, but still not what I was expecting. I kinda want removal spells or big finishers. This is kind of a big finisher, but not really, and I already have two. I don't want to play three of those guys. They are horrible in multiples. Staff, claustrophobia, and nothing else. So Death Gaze Cockatrice it is. Alright, there's the Blightcaster that I was talking about. So right now we have what? Only Dark Favor. Oh no, Quack Sickness too. And yeah, that's it. I don't know, I may still take it. Maybe we can get another Dark Favor since we do have a lot of Accursed Spirits. And we don't absolutely need another Cockatrice here. So I guess I'm kind of willing to take the plunge here and try to draft a couple more enchantments here to go with that thing. Like this one? Yeah, not really. Could take this guy, and I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Which is sad, but oh well. What are we gonna do? Alright, and now we got the goods here. You know, 3 cards that we do want. A Newt, a Corpse Hauler, a Ring Flash. I think I kinda wanna take the Corpse Hauler here, but I think the Newt is just gonna be a better one. It's a good blocker, and with Bubbling Cauldron you can even thank people for a bit. We will not get the witch, by the way, but that's okay. I think another Colonial Tusker. Look at that. So it's Hauler or Newt. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Corpse Hauler. I think it's just a better card overall. Again, no really good black cards, which is a shame. This deck is turning out to be way less good than I initially thought it was going to be. Only 1 corrupt. But yeah, let's take a Mind Rod then. Could even play it if we need to. Man, another shock. Alright, I guess we could take a Blood Baron then. Right? We have 23 cards here. So yeah, nah, you know what? I'm gonna hate draft this shock. Won't let people have it. And let's take these in crushing wastes here. So the Sanguine Bone made it back, which means that yeah, we will not see any good black cards here for the remainder of the draft. Oh well, let's go ahead and take that. It does combo rather nicely with Lifelink, but I guess that's the only Lifelink creature we have. I guess I could trigger my Blightcaster too, but yeah. Or I gain life. Yeah, like, it can double up on a corrupt, which is kinda interesting, to be honest. Man, can we get a black one here? Like, a black staff would definitely combo with that thing, and I could even run it just just in case. Let's take this then. Alright. Seems we won't get lucky in that regard here, which is a sad state of affairs. Alright. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to play the Sanguine Bond just because I do have a Bubbling Cauldron. And that could be a pretty neat combo. You know, turning every creature into a festering newt. And like it does combo with I mean sort of combos with my Blightcaster too. I did end up with you know way less playable cards than I thought I would. I really don't want to play this thing here, and you know I would rather not have to play Singing Bond, but oh well. And that goes the same to Bubbling Cauldron too. I didn't really want to play with it, or with this thing here. But oh well, I think we shall see how this goes. Alright, this is mono black for you. Much worse than my other mono black deck that I did draft. But let's see how we do.